Hey y'all, Instinct Survivalist coming again with a review, this time of the Henson Forge and Leather Bushcrafter. Nice knife, how about that? Nice knife. Anyway, I like it. I like the heaviness of it. I like the shape of the blade. I like the belly. I like the 90-degree spine. We'll go through some testing of it. A couple of things that I don't like, and we'll talk about those as we go through this. So what I want to do is just kind of start running through a few tests based off of what we have. Okay, first off, they produce their own sheaths. I like the dangler, and I like the snap on the end of the dangler, which means that I don't have to take off my belt to put on the dangler. So snap, I like it a lot. The natural color, I'm not used to it, but I do like it. I like the fact, I like their stamp on it, so you can see the stamp, which matches the stamp on the knife itself. And then they have their own ferro rod that he's gone in and I won't say created, because they didn't create the ferro rod. They actually put it together with the ferro rod loop. And we'll actually go in and strike that so you can see what it looks like from a 90-degree spine. So let's break this down a little bit. When we look at, just kind of the knife itself, it's a 5-inch blade, just shy of 10 inches overall. So for those of you that want that, if you're doing any of the Pathfinder classes, he recommends a 5-inch blade. Look at that. So there's a 5-inch blade. There's jimping on the top. Nice place for a choil, so to speak, on the right at the edge. It's not a choil, I know, that's kind of, but nevertheless, the way it dips, it works like one, so I can get a nice grip, nice push on that. One of the things I'm not a fan of, I like the angle in which it goes backwards, or the way it drops, and it kind of fits nice in your hand. The thing that I have a problem with is because of the size of my hands, the edge of the scales actually cut into my hand a little bit. It just wears it out, so it's got a little hot spot, if you will, on both sides. So on the front and the back, regardless of which way I'm doing. And if you're left-handed, Dave Williams did it in a left-handed review, and same thing on both sides. And I'm ambidextrous, so same thing on both sides. The other thing that I'm still working on, right? I'm still trying to get used to, is where this actually sits. So where the heel sits, or valley sits, or saddle, or whatever you want to call it, where this piece sits, because I have to adjust my hand to fit it, and it's not a natural spot for me. Okay, depending upon hand size, it's not a natural spot for me. And guys, hey, look, just because it doesn't fit in my hands right doesn't mean it doesn't fit in your hands. I'm giving you my opinion of this based off of the size of my freaking Goliath hands here and where that fits. Now let's actually run through some tests with this, right? So one of the first things we want to do, and then I'm gonna watch everybody turn the screen off because of what I'm gonna do. But we talk about getting feather sticks and things like that. Hey, look, not too hard in that, getting some nice sticks going, nice feathers going. Real easy to use. I like the way it is. I went in and put in my opinion, a different edge. I didn't change the profile of the blade itself. What I did do is the way I sharpened it, I wanted to make sure it was nice and it's not razor sharp, so it's not hair popping, but it's close, right? But you can see nice little feathers there, not worried about it. I did some notches with it, and really pleased with the way that it handled that way. Again, that's when I found out about the hot spots for me. So not too bad with that. Now, ready? Watch everybody turn the screen off. Yeah, you know it's coming. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna baton a knife. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. There's a time and a place, and if a knife is good or worth its weight, in my opinion, as well as a lot of other people's, it's gonna hold the baton and not have to worry about it. So there's that. One other thing I wanted to point out that I really like about it is the I don't know what you call it, but the coloring, the way that it looks, it makes it look very old-fashioned, so to speak. So that's just a thing, right? So I can go in. Am I going to split the whole thing? No, I'm going to do what you should do when batoning, especially if it's bigger than the blade, is you come in and you cut a smaller portion. Imagine that. So, right, able to go in, no problem. Holds up fairly well. Well, I say fairly well, holds up real well. Go in and pull that on off. So able to go in and take this down to usable chunks, if you will. For those of you that wanted to see it beat the crapping back, I know Jimbo and Clayton are going, whoa, dude. So there's that. So let's say batoning, I don't have a problem with. Let me get this back up because I want to do one other test on it. One other test that I think is valuable for a good solid knife is the pry test. So my point to this, literal. All right, everybody just went, that wasn't safe usage. Yeah, it actually was because I did it away from me. It's okay. Was actually going in, there's my baton. Is that ambidextrous motion, if you will. And then being able to pry it. And what will it do to the tip is my concern. As you see on both sides, no issues, and it pulled that out just fine. The reason that I didn't have a problem doing this, I've already tested it. I've already done all these tests before. I know what it's going to do, and I trusted it. That was the thing about a knife, is you got to be able to trust it. You got to be able to trust that it's going to give you what you need. And in this case, this knife does do that. So overall, when we look at what it does, how it works, feather sticks, blah, 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 I'm a fan. Again, the one thing I would change is the scales and the actual, we'll say bump, because I don't know what the official name is. I'm not a knife maker. But one other test we wanted to do, I like the elastic shock cord on here. One other test we want to do is this real quick. Now, I've run this a couple of times. I think there are, from a ferro rod perspective, I think it does okay. But again, this is not something they make. So there's that. So if I were to go in, not too bad. I think there are better ferro rods out there, but here's reality. It's not about the ferro rod, it's about the knife and the quality of the knife. And again, in my opinion, that 90-degree spine works great. So it does a great job. So guys, that's it. That's kind of it. I'm actually meeting with the guys from Henson Forge and Leather tomorrow, and we're going to do an interview, kind of a shop walk, if you will, and then we're going to put them all together. Now, you won't notice that, but you will see the cutaway for me to go in and do that. So, hey guys, thanks for all you do. Like, subscribes, comments, and concerns. I can't do this without you, and I appreciate the guys at Henson Forge and Leather to trust me in this. If you want to buy this, it is livingthewoodlife.com, and I'll put that down in the comments below because I had to get him to tell me like 3 times. So anyway, livingthewoodlife.com, wood, not woodslife.com. There was one of the other mistakes I made. All right, so there's that. We're going to cut away to go talk to them at the forge. And hey guys, thanks. Here we are at Henson Forge and Leather. We're talking to Jimbo and Clayton Henson, maker of the Bushcraft knife that I just reviewed. Guys, I just have a couple questions for you. Number one, thank you for letting me do this, and for all the guys to get together and do this. So how did y'all get started?
Just like I said, we made some knives out of stock removal 20 years ago, just for kind of fun, just to do it. And had a friend of mine make one out of a spike, and just got a deep there, and just started making them out of spring steel, and found out we could make a pretty decent knife, in our opinion.
No turning back at that point.
And the leather work came out of necessity because we had to have sheets.
We had to have sheets, exactly.
Ordered some online, you get what you pay for, and you just wasn't happy with them, so we started making them.
So where did the idea for the Bushcraft knife come from?
It come from Dan.
I'm a big Bushcraft, outdoorsy camping type guy, and Bushcraft seems to be the thing. So we marketed as a Bushcraft knife. Yeah, it seems to work as an outdoor camp knife.
So do y'all, when you look at the different types of knives that y'all develop or create, and we'll just go with that word, create, is there one that you prefer over the other?
Well, like what we call the Skinner model, it's pretty versatile. You know, it's a good skinning blade, plus it's a little edge than the Bushcraft knife for us. You know, it's got like convex. It's got a little thinner edge to it, and it's a little better for cutting.
And we can dress them up a little more.
It's a little versatile.
Ooh, that's shiny and pretty. Look at that, guys. Nice and pretty.
That's a good look right there. So this like good.
See me, I think that prettiness, I'd get wore out with it. I like the old style. I mean, they're both beautiful in their own right. I'm more of a fan of the, and it's one of the things I said in the review itself. I like the coloring. I like the patina, if you will.
We tried to stay old school with the Bushcraft knife with the walnut scales and kind of a butcher style knife.
Yeah, it's to me it's beautiful. So, what do y'all think's in the future for Henson Forge and Leather? Y'all going to continue down this path? You're going to see, how you can expand out.
Kind of expanding out on a few things, a few forwards down. Crafts and such as that. He's really expanding on the leather before now. We like just keep making.
Hopefully, always get better.
I try to make the next one better than the last one. None of them turn out the same, but I kind of do that on purpose. It's just how the steel moves. Got a basic look you want, but they're all a little different. And just like I said, I try to make this one better than that.
So you say that every knife at that point is unique.
Yeah, there's no two that I've made since I started that ride that. There's some that's pretty close, but each one's got its little character.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. That to me is what makes the forge knife beautiful,
Yeah,
right?
So, there's some similar, but there's not one just exactly like it.
Well, so if you had one person in the world looking at what y'all do now, one person in the world that you could say has been the biggest influence in your life, famous or not famous or infamous, who would it
In the knife world, or just
be? That got y'all going here, and it's one of those that you go, you know what? This is the one that inspires.
how big? If he was still here, he would really enjoy what we're doing.
We would be making knives. He would be the market man. He would be.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's kind of the influence I hope to leave on my kids as well, is to say, leave your mark so that looking back they can go, who was your influence? Yeah, that's awesome.
He instilled our work ethic.
Yeah, which means what?
Do everything like it's yours. Like you're going to be like it's home business too.
And he
Like
always
you're gonna
told us
sit
you
there and
gotta care what it looks like when it's finished.
So we do, like we're going to be the ones sitting there looking at it day in, day out, critiquing it, this, that, and other. So we do it like it's ours.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I think that's a lesson that we can all learn, and certainly for kids these days. It's not just the way I'll leave that one. so I think you know where I'm going to. So hey guys, again, thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you letting me do the review. I appreciate the guys actually doing this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
So,
we appreciate all y'all.
Hey guys, thanks, and thanks for taking part of the time for today and let me come out and see what's going on.
Thanks,
All right,
man.
thank you.
Hey guys, so there you go. Thanks to Jimbo and Clayton for trusting in me to do this. Thanks for the time that you took out of your busy schedules to let me come in to your shop and see what's going on. I really appreciate it, and I know I've already said it, but I thank you again. Hey guys, there's other videos out there on this. I'm going to put the links down below for the groups that I did. Thanks for trusting in me. Guys, it meant a lot to me, the fact that you trusted me to put this together and get that circle going and get the reviews going. So guys, again, this is Henson Forge and Leathers Bushcrafter, or Bushcraft knife, however you want to look at it. Again, livingthewoodlife.com, and stay tuned for some exciting news. I really want to tell y'all today, but can't. We're gonna do a separate video on that, but it's exciting news coming. Anyway, join me at the gathering. If you're seeing this after the gathering, which is March 23rd through 25th of 2018, sorry you missed it. But it was a fun time. I am very sure that that's what's going to happen. Anyway, use your instincts to survive. Thanks for watching. We're looking at this knife from a different perspective, being able to go in and maybe even chop some. And I'm going to be honest with you, this thing will chop. It'll hold it. I got no issues with that. So, anyway, it chops well. We got pry test we've already done. All kinds of different things. Batoning we've already done. So it's not going to replace my axe, but it'll work great.